We've seen the last, I'd say 3 or 4 years has been the most change that we've seen in the marketplace in the last 15 years, if I'm honest. Whether that's rates, whether that's underwriting appetites, whether that's carriers that are no longer in business, we've just seen nothing but change. However, one of the things that's remained constant is that carriers still want more rate. They still want us to pay more for our insurance. Here in North Carolina, we do have the Rate Bureau, which proposes those rates to the Department of Insurance, and then our Commissioner of Insurance decides on what those rate increases are going to be. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, and every year there's been a recommended insurance increase. Now, they don't quite get as much as they want, so it's just why they come back year after year and ask for more. One of the main reasons that we've seen driving the rates has really been the reinsurance rates, and this is the insurance that an insurance company purchases. And so those rates are based on global indexes. And so you think about the wildfires in California, you think about the wildfires that were in Australia, you think about any other catastrophic event that's taken place around the world, that feeds into how much reinsurance costs. So although our main interest and main focus here in the coastal North Carolina is hurricanes, windstorms, flooding and that sort of thing, the rate index is based off of a global factor, and so that plays in, we feel that impact. When you think about anything that could have happened even a couple years ago in Asia that cost insurance companies billions of dollars, it will finally trickle down and hit our homeowners insurance renewals today. So it really is a much more complicated format for these insurance companies to figure out what they need to charge you and me for their insurance. A good example of how things may trickle down for us here in eastern North Carolina are the storms that hit the Gulf Coast. So if a hurricane comes in and hits Louisiana or hits Texas or hits the panhandle of Florida, that may or may not have directly impacted us, but the same insurance carriers that work in those states also work in North Carolina. So ultimately it affected their bottom line, and so you're feeling the effects when you get your insurance renewal based on what's happened around the country. And on top of that, we have the reinsurance rates as a major factor. It's also just how inflation's impacted everything. Anyone that built a house in the last few years and maybe had the benefit of building a house 5 or 6 years prior to that as well, they saw that the cost of materials almost doubled. That your lumber, your concrete, PVC, anything that has to go into putting a home together, those prices have doubled. And nationally, what's getting a lot of attention right now is the auto insurance, because it costs a lot more to repair your car today than it did 10 years ago. And so a simple $500 bumper fix is now $1,100, $1,200. And that cost is hitting the bottom line for insurance companies, therefore trickling down to your insurance renewal. For us as insurance agents, even with rates going up, it's a challenging conversation that we have to have with our clients. No one wants to pay more. There's a joke in the industry that insurance is probably that one thing that you have to buy that you hope you never need. And so for pricing on things that you hope you never need continues to go up, it can be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. But I think the best thing that we offer our clients is giving them that peace of mind that yes, we understand that we are preparing you for a worst case scenario. Unfortunately, our job as insurance agents is to help you think about the unthinkable, what could potentially happen that you don't even want to consider. But if it did, how would we financially be able to bail you out of that situation? Whether it's a claim on your home, whether it's an automobile accident, we want to be there for you. And so we want to provide that peace of mind. Yes, it has gotten more expensive to do so, but we take a very serious approach to wanting to be able to offer you the very best product that we can. And if we can get it at the most affordable price, even better. But really our job is to take care of you as the insurer. Lately what's hit our news channels has been the increases in the North Carolina insurance rates. For a lot of our clients that we work with here, though, it's a second home. And it's important for them to, whether they live somewhere else in the state or whether they live in another state, multiple states away, but they own beach property here, it's important that anyone that has some sort of exposure here in coastal North Carolina, that they're working with a local agent, because with local agents comes local experience, and it really is very different to insure a home here at Riceville Beach, for instance, than it would be in Charlotte or Raleigh. The coverages and the things that you need to be aware of and need to be mindful of, they're a little bit different here at the coast, so it definitely goes a long way to work with a local agent. We understand that for most people, insurance is very complicated, and it is, because at the end of the day, you get a 60 to 80 page document in the mail that says you have insurance. Not too many people read that. So it can be complicated, but we try to remove the complication from the process, at least when we're meeting with a new homeowner. We try to focus on three main areas to stay focused and not make it as complicated as it can be. The first being the coverage amount. We want to make sure that your home is properly insured so that if something did happen, that we could replace your home at today's value. So really being able to, and we have software in place, but we really want to dial in on what exactly is that amount of coverage that you need to rebuild your home. The second thing that we focus on is your deductible. And there's no right or wrong answer for this because everyone has different budgets. Some people want a very small deductible. Some people are very comfortable having a very large deductible. But we've got to have that conversation with the client first. So once we've determined the coverage amount and we've determined what deductible is best for your budget, the last thing is which carrier is going to be best for you and what's that price going to be. We don't like to start with price because if we're trying to put the price of the insurance into your budget, then we're going to overlook a lot of things that you really need to have in that insurance policy. So we like to start with coverage, deductible, and then price. If anything we've talked about today prompts questions or things that you just want to know more about, we have a staff of 25 agents here at THG Insurance, and we'd love to talk with you a little bit more, answer those questions, and provide you with maybe some information or things to think about that you haven't even thought about yet. So we truly do feel like what we offer is peace of mind and it's service to our insureds, and so that's what we're here for.